Got the flies ride swerving down here. I promise my money ain't hurting now, chill. I got it wrapped like a turban down here. I got them trap boys serving down here. Got cars, got clothes, got fame. Got bars, got flows, got game.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of Seamless Style, powered by Polotics and Polaroids. I'm your host, Mr. Parker. Greetings everyone. This episode is entitled Walking Down the Aisle. Now, I was this close to titling this episode Clean Up on Aisle 67. But I just decided to go another route. Just because of some things that's been going on in my life, I felt like it was more apropos to name it Walking Down the Aisle. All right. Now, why is this episode called Walking Down the Aisle? Well, because in this episode, we are featuring Fair Isle sweaters. Now, we've done that before. So you may be thinking to yourself, especially if you're not a huge fan of the Fair Isle, why are we doing another Fair Isle episode, man? Come on. Well, the reason we are is because the Fair Isle is one of, if not the most important sweaters in rustic chic. It's pretty important in varsity infused rustic chic. And most importantly, it's a staple in Ralph Lauren. All right. Now, to switch it up a little bit, sprinkle a little more seasoning on a Fair Isle episode, I needed to take fair out of the equation. So it's just about the aisle. Now I see you completely confused now, right? Well, it's very simple. I'm taking the fair off and I'm going to put another word in front of aisle to substitute for fair to describe each sweater and or each look that you're going to see today. All right. So we're just going to have a little fun with Fair Isle. Now, for example, the look that I'm wearing is called the Totally and Completely Unfair Isle sweater. All right. But let's start at the bottom and then you'll get an idea of why I call it the Totally and Completely Unfair Isle sweater. All right. Start at the bottom. I pulled out the Bryson dress boot. All right. A nice wingtip dress boot here. Lace up. Beautiful wingtip. Our toe has a darker brown, almost black hue to it. The rest of the boot is a wonderful chocolate brown leather. All right. Hosiery. I went with a Fair Isle / Nordic pair of socks, cream and navy. All right. The bottoms, the trousers, are twill, slim fit, cargo dress pants. All right. Dress pants because, as you know, these particular cargos have a close attached cargo pocket for a dressier look. All right. I went with a boating khaki hue. All right. Now, the Totally and Completely Unfair Isle sweater that I'm wearing, 100% wool, oatmeal rag base hue. All right. Turtleneck. Okay. You with me so far? You feeling like it's unfair, right? It's just totally and completely unfair to have a sweater this beautiful. And then look at the hues here. All right. We have navy, we have green, we have wine, more of a Merlot. Whew, killing them. All right. It's just totally and completely unfair that every last one of us don't have this sweater. All right. This is a rare find. All right. I really got lucky with this piece. I did not tie a scarf under the turtleneck. All right. Only reason, because to be honest, I just decided not to. I just didn't feel like I needed another pop of color. But very good chance that if and when I wear this ensemble out and about, I may wear a scarf under it. Now, I tell you what I won't wear under it. I tell you what I won't wear under this sweater or any other turtleneck sweater, and that's a button-up shirt. All right. To each his own. But me personally, I am more than not a fan of a button-up shirt under a turtleneck sweater. A button-up shirt under the turtleneck sweater, you take the collar, flip it up so pieces of the collar stick. It's one of the corniest looks I ever seen. I'm sorry. And that's no disrespect to anybody that likes that look or that has pulled off that look. It's just not for me. I don't think it's for anyone. All right. But that's just me. That's just Mr. Parker's opinion. All right. I finished this look off with a Polo Blue Label field jacket in a slightly lighter but still boating khaki hue. All right. A pair of tortoise shell Ralph Lauren eyeglasses and a double RL wool fedora. All right. Just to finish off the look, grown man, almost a safari type look. All right. Almost a safari type look. So what would be the ideal fragrance of the ensemble? Obviously, it would be safari. All right. And pretty good chance that when wearing this look, I may go with safari. But fragrance of the ensemble is also fragrance of the episode. I went with Supreme Oud. All right. Now, why Supreme Oud? One, as you already know, Supreme Oud is one of the most manliest fragrances ever created. In the world of Ralph Lauren, it's one of the longest lasting fragrances ever created. All right. It's definitely a fall winter fragrance. All right. And with this particular episode, we still have a heavy focus on fall winter classics. All right. And fall winter looks. All right. So that's why I went with Supreme Oud. Now, there is one look in this episode that Supreme Oud would not be the most ideal. But you have a total of 3 rigs plus the look I'm wearing. So that's a total of 4 looks. And I just couldn't justify not making this fragrance of the ensemble and fragrance of the episode just because of 1 rig. All right. And you can still wear this with that 1 rig. All right. That said, walking down the aisle, all right, as in Fair Isles, as in Fair Isle sweaters, as in we about to get it in. So without any further ado, y'all ready? Me too. Man, let's go. Now for our first rig, we pull out the Bear Isle sweater. All right. Now this first rig is the look I was talking about that you might want to go with maybe a Polo Sport, maybe something a little softer, a little more of a year-round or even specifically a spring fragrance as opposed to Supreme Oud. But that said, like I said, you can still get away with Oud because guess what? End of the day, whether a fragrance is a year-round fragrance or a spring summer fragrance or a fall winter only fragrance, if it smells good, that's what they're going to tell you. They're going to tell you, ooh, you smell so good. Anywho, I digest. The Bear Isle, all right? The Bear Isle sweater, a very polarizing piece, all right? A very polarizing piece. You don't hear many people say, I kind of like it. It's cool. People either love this sweater or they don't, right? It's really no in between, right? Because of the mere fact that it's so whimsical, all right? Keep in mind, that's the reason it's so polarizing. People either love it or they hate it. Me personally, I love it. That said, I haven't worn it that many times, maybe twice. And I've had it since it came out, which has got to be now 7 years ago. And I've probably worn this twice. All right. But as y'all know, I'm not huge on spring, summer. I don't get outside as often. All right. That said, wonderful spring, pre-spring look here featuring a Bear Isle sweater. Let's start at the bottom because we got so many details to cover when it comes to the Bear Isle. All right. I pulled out the Collis linen slippers by Ralph Lauren Purple Label. All right. Beautiful navy linen slipper. More of a true blue, maybe even a French navy than it is aviator. Not completely dark navy. So with it being linen, with it being navy, with it being a slipper, it's just perfect for the overall aesthetic, the overall cleanliness, and just the overall feel that this look inspires. All right. Hosiery wise, we went with a pair of Argyle socks. Their primary diamonds are spring orange, all right, and a medium Columbia blue. All right. Scroll up, we pulled out spring essentials. All right. Slim fit Nantucket red chinos. All right. These have a slight weathered, washed look to them. All right. Which again fits the aesthetic of the Bear Isle sweater. All right. As far as our belt, we went with a nautical style rope bracelet belt in a Columbia blue, almost a denim, but Columbia blue and white washed hue. All right. D-ring belt here. Scroll up. We have a wonderful sports shirt, club collared, Polo Blue label. All right. The base of our shirt is Columbia blue with white and navy stripes. And our club collar is a cream with navy stripes. All right. Just a wonderful sports shirt. Attached to it is a linen club tie. All right. Club tie meaning it's squared at the bottom instead of a 45-degree ballast. All right. This particular linen club tie is Columbia blue with spring orange stripes. All right. Now, before we get to the featured piece, before we get to the Bear Isle, the reason I went with this particular tie is because I cannot find my Polo Blue label necktie that I bought specifically to go with this Bear Isle. It's a navy-based necktie, and it has all over pineapples. All right. I'm really pissed off because I can't find my tie. But that said, this tie actually works very well, especially from a color standpoint. All right. The hues go perfectly with our Bear Isle. Now to the featured piece. This Bear Isle sweater features Surf Bear. All right. On the front, our Surf Bear has on board shorts. He is surfing. He is hanging 10, all right, on a massive wave, all right, hanging 10. On the back, however, he wipes out, all right. His feet are up in the air out of the water. His board is up in the air, complete wipeout, all right. As far as the Fair Isle pattern in this Bear Isle sweater, all right, you have your traditional Fair Isle patterns in orange, French navy, and white. All right, but then you also have pineapples. right? You have pineapples across on top of a purple bar here. All right. You have a little bit of yellow incorporated under the pineapples as well. Okay. At the bottom, which you can't see because I have this sweater vest tucked in, are hula girls. All right. All across the bottom. And the pineapples, the hula girls, everything else also continues on the back as well. All right. You have Surfs Up and Hang 10 written at the top of the sweater in the front. All right. And you have Life's a Beach and Surfs Up across the back towards the shoulder blades on the back. Very whimsical Bear Isle sweater here. There are a few other Bear Isle sweaters available. Just have to do the research. I did used to have I think it's Fred Astaire, the Fred Astaire Singing in the Rain Bear Isle sweater. I used to have that. I eventually sold it. Copped it because at the time I was heavy into bears, and it was just something I had to have in my collection. But the more I looked at it, the more I was just like, it's okay. So when I had an opportunity to pass it on to somebody that I knew wanted it, then I took advantage of that opportunity. It wasn't something that I had to keep. But this particular Bear Isle, for me, it's a must-have. Like I said, I've only worn it 2 times. All right? I've only worn it 2 times. I think it's actually only been featured on Seamless Style once, or maybe this is either the second or third time I featured it on Seamless Style over the course of 5 seasons. That's not a lot when you're talking about a bear sweater and or a Fair Isle sweater, right? But it's a piece that I wouldn't be willing to give up. All right. I wouldn't be willing to give this piece up. It's just something that I think over the course of time, it's going to be something that I'm going to really need and want to stay in my arsenal, right? If you don't own this piece and you do like it, I have seen it available on eBay. All right. So you might want to check the Bay to see if they have it in your size. But again, great look, great for pre-spring, great for spring. If you're talking about pre-spring and it's a little bit too cool as far as the temperatures, hey man, a tweed sports coat, a car coat, a polo coat, all of those things, even if it's cold outside, a duffel coat can still go over this, maybe change the footwear. But other than that, you're still kind of fine, because even though Nantucket Red is accredited more to spring as far as chino colors, it's still the same thickness as your typical chinos, so it still works fine as far as cooler temperatures. But that said, great look, very fun, very whimsical, the Bear Isle. Now for our second rig, we have the Rare Isle. All right, the Rare Isle sweater. Now, why do I call this sweater the Rare Isle sweater? Well, very simple. This is a rare piece. All right. This is a rare piece. It was on RalphLauren.com a few years ago. It has not made a return. And whenever I see it on eBay, the asking price is sometimes $200 to $300 more than what it sold at regular retail price on Ralph Lauren when it was on RalphLauren.com. All right. So what does that mean to you? That means that the MSRP on RalphLauren.com was $600. All right. This was $600 Fair Isle sweater. If you see it on eBay, brand new, you're probably going to see it from anywhere to $600 to $900, maybe even $1,000. I've seen it for $9.99 before. All right. I don't know how much crack that particular person does, but yes, I saw it for $1,000 before. All right. It's a rare find. Again, one off. It was only on RalphLauren.com for that particular fall winter season. I want to say maybe that was 4 years ago, give or take. Yeah. Ever since then, it's been high dollar on eBay. I have yet to see it go being sold as pre-owned. My guess though is still at pre-owned. You're probably looking at, if somebody knows what they have, you're probably looking at 2 to 300. All right. But it's a rare Fair Isle sweater. It's absolutely fucking beautiful. All right. This is one of the prettiest Fair Isle sweaters I think I've ever seen from a standpoint of the hues, right? The colors. Now, I would love this sweater even more if the good folks at Ralph Lauren took this sweater, took the Polo Sport Ralph Lauren off the front, took the 1992 off the back, and just made a full Fair Isle out of it and used the same hues that they have here, right? So a more traditional Fair Isle sweater, same hues, same base color, forest green. Perfection. That said, this Rare Isle is still a beast. It's still lovely. Let's start at the bottom. All right. I broke out the Norrington, I think is the name of them. The Norrington saddle shoes. All right. Great fall, winter, dress, casual saddle shoe. All right. Gum sole for your more casual feel. Beautiful saddle. Vamp side pieces in a weathered French navy and a Gurkha saddle portion on the center as well as the laces. All right. As far as hosiery, I broke out another pair of Argyles. This particular pair is gray based with college green and navy diamonds. All right. Our trousers, slim fit, small well corduroy trousers. All right. For a beautiful rustic look. All right. Rustic look just fits with the Rare Isle sweater perfectly. All right. Because they're slim fit, because they're small well, these corduroys have a more of a dressier look and dressier feel to them. If they had made the wales a little bit bigger, then of course that would add to the rustic look of it, right? That would add to the countryside feel to these corduroys, but it would take away from your dressier aspects. All right. Scroll up. We have a OCBD. All right. A beautiful plaid OCBD with every fall color you can think of in this bad boy. All right. Has a little bit of fall orange, Nantucket red, college green, French navy, a little bit of white, a little bit of cream. All right. Instead of a necktie or a bow tie, we went with a bandana. We just took a nice orange bandana, tied it around our neck, knotted in the front, tucked in real good. So it's a pop of color that can be seen, but it's not anywhere near part of a featured piece of the ensemble. It's just a nice accessory for a man, right? For a grown ass man. And then our featured piece, this Rare Isle sweater, all right? A heathered forest green is our base, all right? As far as colors in this sweater, we have pewter, we have sun yellow, we have cream, we have a heathered pink, we have beautiful fall orange, we have a beautiful college gray, we have navy, we have wine. All right. As far as the front of our Rare Isle, we have Polo Sport written in navy. We have Ralph Lauren written in wine under that. All right. Towards the ribbed portion of our Rare Isle, we have a mountain scene. All right. We have a mountain scene with fall orange and yellow trees. All right. With the sun more of a whimsical sun poking up out of the mountaintop, which I would say is probably a sunrise or sunset, obviously. All right. And then on the back of our rear aisle, we have the same colors, the same hues, but instead of Polo Sport Ralph Lauren across the front, like we do in the front, we have the year 1992, which is symbolic of Polo Sport in itself across the back. All right. So wonderful details, right? Wonderful details in this rear aisle, right? Again, you can find this piece on eBay with some searching and some patience, but be ready to pay. All right. Be ready to pay. It's not going to be cheap. I mean, if you find a pre-owned one for $200 or less, I wouldn't even haggle with the price, brother. I would, if it's something you want, I would jump on it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let you in a little secret. If you find a pre-owned one that is listed as no odors, no stains, no snags, no holes, and it's under 200, like maybe even closer to 150, I would tend to say cop it and resell it if you don't want it, right? Let's say you don't want it. Let's say you wasn't even thinking about this sweater, but you just so happened to stumble across it. You saw the price. It's not your size, but hey, you got a little bit of money to play with. The person only want 120 for it. Cop it, resell that thing for 250. It might take you 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but this piece will move, right? It's not a lot of them out there. That's the thing. Like I said, when it's a one-off, a lot of times they know ahead of time that it's going to be a one-off. That's why the MSRP was 600, right? The MSRP was 600 because they knew this was going to be a one-off. They sold out of this when they had it on the website, again, 3-4 years ago, give or take. So Ralph Lauren has made, as far as money-wise, they have made what they wanted to make off of this sweater. But there's not a lot of them out there. All right, so you're going to have to search for it if you want it. And if you don't want it, but you just happen to stumble across it and the price is anything around or below 200, you might want to consider buying it just for the sole purpose of reselling it. Because I'm telling you, this is a piece that's not going to sit very long. It's very sought after and it's very rare. Now, for our last rig, we are featuring a cardigan that I refer to as the distress and repair aisle. You like that, don't you? You like that. Why the distress and repair aisle? Well, because if you can see right here, let's see if you can see right here. There's another here. There's another here. Few more places where our fair aisle pattern is missing, right? It's missing. It's like somebody came across. It's like somebody came around and just pulled off a piece of the fair aisle pattern, right? And then took that piece, looked at it, flipped it over, and stuck it back on, right? So the fair aisle pattern that was here is now on the other side, and this is just the back side, which is plain. So it's distressed and then repaired. All right, the repair aisle sweater. Now, I have a lot of fair aisle sweaters. I think that probably because this is the only cardigan fair aisle sweater that I own, and just the overall aesthetic of it, I can say without going through each sweater, thinking, processing, I can say that this is in the top 3 of my favorite fair aisles in my collection. And I'd even go so far as to say top 3 of my favorite all time Fair Isles. All right. Favorite all time. I can tell you too, my least favorite Fair Isle, and I hope don't none of y'all own this, but if you do, hey, listen, man, I'm just one person, right? I'm just a man. At the end of the day, I'm just a man. Am I a hell of a man? Am I him? Am I a god? Absolutely. But I'm still just a man. All right. So my opinion, take it with a grain. My least favorite Fair Isle sweater is the crew neck with the 4th and 1, whatever it is it has going on, with a giant football player, his back to you, football player running. That's my least favorite Fair Isle. My least favorite. And it ain't even close. It ain't even close. Like, if you do a least favorite to favorite, let's switch that because it's just easier to do it the other way. If you do a least favorite to favorite, this one is up here in the top 3. The second to last favorite is here. And then that particular sweater I just told you about is like way down here, almost at the bottom, almost at the floor. I don't like that sweater. I don't like nothing about it. Nothing. It wasn't even, it's not something I'd consider. If I saw that sweater on eBay and it was brand new with tags and somebody was selling it for $8 with free shipping, probably still wouldn't buy it.
Cap.
I know y'all find that hard to believe because I like a good deal just like everybody else. But I'm telling you, I could see that sweater brand new with tags for $8, free shipping, and I probably still wouldn't buy it.
That's cap. That's cap.
Now, if it was on eBay listed at $200, the vendor says, I'll give you $200 to take this sweater, I'll probably do that.
Not for these. Who the fuck you talking to right here?
But I don't even think I'd pay $8 for that sweater. That's how much I don't like it. It's not atrociously ugly. I've seen worse sweaters, but it's not a good looking sweater. Not to Mr. Parker, it's not. All right. Any hoot, I got off track, was rambling a little bit. The distressed and repair aisle. Let's start at the bottom. I love this look. Out of all 4 looks, this one is my favorite of the episode. All right. The bottom, leather Shanley tassel loafers. All right. A go-to, an essential, a staple in my collection. All right. The chocolate leather Shanley tassel loafers. As far as hosiery, I went with the heraldic socks in a college gray, with a small navy stripe and heraldic shield crest all over the hosiery. As far as our trousers, I pulled out a pair of suit trousers in velvet. All right, a beautiful forest green hue, slim fit, just wonderful pair of suit trousers worn here in dress slacks. All right, the velvet just gives it a very sophisticated look. Let's scroll up. We pulled out a double RL sports shirt, club collared. All right, that wonderful hard cotton feel. All right, your base of your club collar shirt is cream. All right, with Columbia blue stripes in various sizes. The club collar itself has a cream base with a wonderful Columbia blue tattersall pattern over this wonderfully rounded club collar. All right, neckwear, I went with a green heraldic tie. It does have gold stripes with a wine stripe in between the small gold stripes, and it has a skull and crossed swords pattern throughout. All right. And then our featured piece, the distressed and repair aisles cardigan sweater. All right. Has a beautiful sand oatmeal pattern, beautiful sand oatmeal base as far as the base color of our sweater. All right. As far as Fair Isle colors, we have a little bit of chocolate brown, we have light brown, we have a Gurkha tan. All right. We have a little bit of wine, navy, and white. All right. And there's a little bit of green and a little bit of gray. All right. We also have a wonderful crest on our left chest here. As you can see the details, wonderful griffin in the top portion of the crest, the crown on the top, this wonderful banner here, just gorgeous crest. All right. And then also you can see the distressed and repaired portions of this distressed and repair Isle sweater. Again, as I showed you in the beginning, it looks like pieces of the Fair Isle pattern were ripped out and replaced with solid cloth. All right. So it gives it that distressed and repaired look on our Fair Isle sweater, hence the name Distressed and Repair Isle. Now, the only thing I would have done different when it comes to this sweater, you guessed it, is screaming for elbow patches. All right, screaming for elbow patches. It needs either chocolate suede elbow patches or a Gurkha tan suede elbow patches. All right, but they should be suede, should be between Gurkha and chocolate. All right, if they would have did that, I would have went with my other Shanley loafers and they snuff suede. All right, but because they're not on here, I wanted to be able to complement the browns. All right, especially the chocolate. I wanted to be able to complement that with the shoes. All right, this is a wonderful look. It's great for the office, right? If you're used to wearing a suit and tie in the office Monday through Thursday, Friday is a casual Friday, but you're a Ralph Lauren guy, then this is a wonderful look. All right, this is a wonderful look to stay with. You're casual for the office, for the corporate office, right? But you're still representing as a Ralph Lauren guy. But this look works in so many other environments. The cigar bar, dinner. If you are one of those folks, a hookah lounge or any type of lounge where grown folks are, those type of ideals, they also work perfectly as far as this ensemble. Me personally, I wear this on a Saturday outing. If the weather permits, partly to mostly cloudy, overcast, no rain and no real rain in sight. Maybe some drizzling here and there. I got an umbrella, I'm good. 57 to 65 degrees, right? If I'm gonna be out and about all day on a Saturday, perfect ensemble to just to stun on them a little bit. You know what I mean? Just to show off a little bit. Put a little pressure on Shawty. You know what I mean? Put a little pressure on Shawty because she trying to keep it simple. Like, no, I don't keep it simple. I ain't no simple man like that. Now when it come to my attire, I ain't no simple man. So, you know, unless you want everybody telling me how good I look when we go out for the day, you might want to put some real clothes on because I'm going to be killing them with this. And that's another episode in the books. All right, man. Fair Isle Fair Isle sweaters with a little twist to it. We had the totally and completely unfair Isle. We had the Bare Isle. We had the Rare Isle. And the Distressed and Repair Isle. Which look was your favorite look? Which look was more you? Right? And I really want to ask this question because I do know of two of our viewers, right? I know two of our viewers who are not a fan of Fair Isle sweaters. I really need you to tell me why, right? I really need you to tell me why, because The both of y'all have great style, right? The both of you guys have great style. You definitely know how to put things together. And I'm just curious, like, what is it about the Fair Isle sweater that you just can't take a liking to, right? Not to judge, right? We're all allowed to like and or dislike whatever the hell we want to like or dislike. So there's no judgment here. But I'm just kind of curious. Because I just think the Fair Isle sweater is an incredible sweater, right? I think it's an incredible sweater. It has so many looks, potential looks that you can do with it. It's just an awesome piece, right? The Fair Isle pattern in itself, because not just the sweater. I own a Fair Isle backpack. I own, I think 2 Fair Isle mufflers. I own a Fair Isle tire too, maybe even 3. I even own a beret. I own 1 beret, and it's a Fair Isle. I just, I'm just curious. One of the pieces, and a small little tangent here. One of the pieces that I am looking for that I have not seen in my size it was maybe about 3 years ago where I saw it and it wasn't in my size. At one point in time, Ralph Lauren on ralphlauren.com had a purple label warm-up suit, right? It was a pair of cashmere, I think. It could have been a wool cashmere blend, but I'm almost positive it was 100% cashmere because of the pricing that was on it. Pants, top. The top was, I think, a crew neck sweater, and the pants were joggers. Fair Isle. Crew neck Fair Isle sweater, matching pants. Man. Bruh, that thing was hard to look at when it was on .com. And that may have been 7 to 10 years ago. Somewhere along, like, it's been a long time. And I have yet to see it. And here's what's crazy. Just knowing how things go within the company, there might be some sitting in a box in a warehouse in Jersey somewhere right now. Might be some sitting in a box in a warehouse right now. Size large sweater, size large joggers. Man, sick to my stomach. But it was purple label, so that, you can already guess what the price point was on .com. And I just couldn't do it at the time. Yeah. And I was working for the company then. Still couldn't do it. But anywho, man, if I saw that right now, yeah. If I saw that right now, I'd probably, I don't know. I'd probably sell some fentanyl. I'd probably get out there on that street and sell some fentanyl right quick. Get that money up. Like, real quick. No, I'm just serious. Real quick. Anywho, in the comment section, man, let me know which ensemble is most your style. And if you're one of the brothers who is not a fan of Fair Isle, just let me know why. Like I said, I'm just for my curiosity, man. Just call me nosy, however you want to feel about it. It's no judgment. I just really want to know. Our next episode, I can tell you right now, and I'm telling you this because I'm about to start filming it. Soon as I say my piece here, our next episode is going to feature the Letterman jacket. All right, so there'll be 3 rigs plus the ensemble I'll be wearing for 4 looks, but it's going to be 4 different looks. All right, so how to style a Letterman's jacket. All right, once I brainstorm, there may only be 4 looks. right? I know I can make 4 different looks. I ain't worried about that, but there may only be 4, or there may be 40. I don't know yet, all right? But I'm about to put everything together, and I'm about to start recording that episode. I'm going to edit it and upload it before the end of the night. Yep. Now it'll be scheduled for next Saturday, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that knocked out the way. I've been knocking out episodes on my 2 days off. That's what I'm doing this week, because I can't have another day of being lazy, feeling sorry for myself, feeling sick. We ain't doing that shit no more, man. We ain't doing that shit no more. Oh, and one other thing, I've already decided here. We're gonna get through spring, no problem, right? Once we hit June, mid to late June, early July, I'm gonna start on fall looks. All right. So the end of season 5 is gonna be fall and pre-fall looks, more pre-fall than fall, right? But here's the thing, man. How many t-shirts can I own? Like, I don't even have that many t-shirts, and I gave my son like 4 t-shirts a couple weeks ago. Like, summer just ain't my bag, man. It ain't my bag. So, but I want to keep it going because this is Patreon, and like I told y'all, man, y'all deserve year-round episodes. So, mid to late June, early July at the latest, we'll start doing pre-fall and fall looks. All right, because I'm a year-round fall winter shopper. There'll be some items starting to leak online for fall 2025, and I'm gonna start copping. All right, so I'll be able to gauge where the company is going as far as fall 2025 by then. So preparing you for fall 2025 looks, even preparing you for season 6, I'm just gonna start doing that early, right? Like I said, mid to late June, early July at the latest. It's gonna be over with for the spring and warm weather looks. All right. So you can take the rest of the summer off if that doesn't suit your needs. But I'm telling you right now, I ain't got enough of y'all for the summer, man. I don't know how I made it last summer, but I ain't got enough of y'all for the summer. It'll be the same rigs that you saw last summer, because I ain't bought a summer piece in God knows how long. All right. It just is what it is, bro. But yeah, that's going to start, like I said, mid to late June, early July, pre-fall and fall looks, getting y'all ready for fall 2025 and getting y'all ready for season 6, which will start late August, early September. All right. Get in the comment section, man. Holler at your boy. Otherwise, have a great week. Get you some. And always, 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 always remember, artists paint pictures and haters paint narratives. Y'all have a good one.